Okay, I am removing the carding cloth from this old Madewell drum carder, probably made in the 50s up in Canada. The carding cloth is leather, as you can see, and I measured around 20 tines per inch, which is very coarse. I think it was supposedly the first carder made for home use, so I think they used whatever industrial cloth they had handy. But you can see that these little staples are in the leather, and they do come out pretty easily with this screwdriver. I don't really want to tear the leather because who knows, maybe I want to put it back one day. But I wanted to show you what the staples look like. They are very sharp. Let's see if I can get a better. You can see that the sharpened tips go in opposite directions from one another. So this is an old staple that they used, an industrial level staple. And I'll be using just a regular staple gun to put the new cloth on. There is approximately a 1/2 inch space to put the doffer rod, and my new space I think is going to be more like 1 inch wide depending on my carding cloth. Okay. Hello, I am back with my restored Madewell drum carder. I restored this a couple of years ago, and I've been using it ever since, and I realized that I never finished the video about how I restored it, and a couple people are asking, so here we go. Well, if you recall from the earlier part of the video, this was all leather, and I replaced it with some carding cloth that I bought from Howard's Brush Company. I believe this is the 72 cloth. And one of the things that was happening when I first got this was that the Liquorin was brushing up against this aluminum tray in the back, and that seems to be a common thing with these. At the time, before I changed the carding cloth, I did adjust some of these bolts, and I got it to where it wasn't rubbing as much. But then when I put the new carding cloth on, it was bumping again pretty significantly, because the teeth on this carding cloth are, you know, a bit longer than the teeth on the original leather cloth. So I had to adjust it again. Let's talk about this huge orange band right here, which is a band, I'm not sure what it's made of, poly something, rubber or something, that I got from McMaster Car, a company that will make custom belts for whatever you need. And what it had was this original leather belt was on the carder when I got it, and you know, as soon as I started trying to use it, it broke. The belt had just been sewn together here, and it broke. So I just measured the belt and sent the measurements to McMaster Car and got this. This was the only color they had in this width and type of belt, but it works like a champ. Now, it had to be adjusted. When I got the new belt and got the new carding cloth, all of these are adjustable. It's adjustable here, it's adjustable here. It's adjustable at these bolts, and you can see that I adjusted it there in the back and in the front toward the tray. And I adjusted it over here also. You can see that. I think those adjustments were for the belt. I don't remember exactly. It's also a bit adjustable on this side. Let's see if I can get over here. This would just adjust the wood, but I didn't really do that. I don't think I did. No, because it might have worked, but I made it work without doing that. So what I did is once I put the carding cloth on and it was still rubbing significantly on this aluminum tray, I just took the aluminum tray off. So it has these two little screws, which I believe are called Robert's head screws. This is the bit. Fits right in there. And I unscrewed it. Worked like a charm. This entire tray lifted out. And you can't really see it now, but this tray in the back, where this little lip kind of sticks out on both sides, originally was bent up. So it was bent in a little bit. And that was causing the problem. That's what was rubbing. And so what I did is I took this aluminum tray out, and then with a pair of trusty pliers, I gently bent the metal of the tray. And you can kind of see how I did it a little bit. I just was real careful and went slow and bent it down, and it worked. I don't know if you can quite see how I bent it there, but it worked like a charm. And now there is daylight between the cloth and the tray. The other thing that was happening was the liquor in drum was rubbing against the cloth, and I had to adjust that. And you can see that this is about the distance that I had. You can adjust that however you want. They say a credit card. I don't know if that's a credit card, but it works for the wool that I was using. So there you go. That is how I restored my Madewell drum carder.